Good morning. You're watching the breaking news show right here on CNN News 18. We'd like to extend the warmest Dussehra wishes to you if you're joining us this morning. We're starting the show with breaking news we've got coming in. Let's take a quick look. This news coming in from Arunachal Pradesh. The Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in Tawang celebrating these visuals coming in. This is an annual ceremony that the Defence Minister holds. During his visit, he conducts a Shashtra Puja. Now he'll also be interacting with security personnel deployed in the Tawang sector in Arunachal Pradesh. My colleague Akash with us to bring us more context on these visuals. Akash, on our screens, we can see the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh. I believe a few minutes ago, we were also sharing visuals with our audiences of the Defence Minister performing a Shastra Puja, an annual tradition now, as he's been on the helm as the Defence Minister. Shastra Puja is essentially a worship of weapons, and during it you typically have goddess Lakshmi, Saraswati and Parvati that are worshipped so that the weapons can receive a blessing. Can you tell us more about what we're seeing on our screens, Akash?
Yes, so Toya, as you rightly mentioned, this was in fact the Shastra Puja, and this is a sort of ritual that we see every year. Last year, I remember how Defence Minister Rajnath Singh was there in Oli, in Uttarakhand, and he performed this Shastra Puja back in 2022 as well. And this year, he is in Tawang, that is in Arunachal Pradesh. Now, three quick points that I want to mention here. First one is Tawang is very important in the recent years. We have seen that how significant that this place has become, given the fact that we had a clash with the Chinese troops back in 2022 in Yangtze sector. Yangtze is a very part of Tawang. One. Secondly, when we talk about the Eastern Command of Indian Army, so this command has become more important in the recent past. We know that how tensions escalated between India and China back in 2020 during Galwan clash, and since then, we have seen the escalated condition in Eastern Ladakh, and also when it is about the line of actual control (LAC). So we know that how we share boundaries with China, and Arunachal Pradesh is a border state, and we have seen the notorious intentions of China, where different sort of maps are published on a regular basis, where they claim the areas of this particular state. However, the message as of now is very clear. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh is very much present in Arunachal Pradesh today on the occasion of Dussehra, and is in fact performing Shastra Puja. Now, you see, when it is about Shastra Puja, so it is our ritual, and it is somewhere believed that this particular ritual was in fact this particular practice was very much there is in fact very much there in our mythology, where God performed Shastra Puja after the battle between Ma Durga and also a world demon. And after that, we know that how significant and how important this particular ritual is as far as India and the culture of India is concerned. And as of now, Raksha Mantri can be seen performing Shastra Puja there in Tawang. And also, Toya, this is for the benefit of our viewers. Yesterday, Raksha Mantri was a very part of Bada Khana. Bada Khana in Indian Army is very important. Bada Khana is basically, a sort of dinner that is generally organized, on important occasions, where officers.
Akash, can I ask you to stay with us for a second? I believe the Defence Minister has actually given a bite to the media. Let's take a look, and then we'll come back to you.
General R.P. Kavita, GOCNC, Eastern Command, and Lieutenant General Manish Eri, General Officer Commanding 4 Corps, सभी सीनियर ऑफिसर्स और हमारे सभी बहादुर जवानों, आज के 4 वर्ष पहले इस स्थान पर मैं आया था, लेकिन फिर मेरी इच्छा हुई कि एक बार विजयादशमी के पावन पर्व पर अपने बहादुर जवानों के बीच चलूं और उनको विजयादशमी के पर्व की मैं हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं दूं, उनको मैं हार्दिक बधाई दूं। इसी निमित्त मैं आप सबके बीच आया हूं। इसलिए प्रथमतः मैं आप सभी को अपनी तरफ से विजयादशमी की हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं, आपको, आपके पूरे परिवार को हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं और साथ ही साथ मैं शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। जिन कठिन परिस्थितियों में आप सब, क्योंकि मैं एलएसी के पास तक जाकर मैंने देखा है, जिन कठिन परिस्थितियों में आप लोग इस देश की सीमाओं की सुरक्षा की जिम्मेदारी निभा रहे हैं, उसकी जितनी भी सराहना की जाए वह कम है। और मैं बतलाना चाहता हूं, देशवासियों को आपके ऊपर नाज है, देशवासियों को आपके ऊपर गर्व है। और आप सभी जानते हैं इस वर्दी की कितनी अहमियत होती है। मैं समझता हूं अधिकांश ऐसे जवान होंगे, बिरले ही जवान बचे होंगे जिनकी इच्छा न होती हो, नहीं तो शायद अधिकांश नौजवानों की अथवा बचपन की यह इच्छा रहती है कि कभी न कभी मुझे जिंदगी में कोई एक ऐसा अवसर मिले ताकि मैं सेना की वर्दी पहन सकूं। कल के बड़े खाने में मैं इस बात की चर्चा कर रहा था कि राजनीतिक क्षेत्रों में काम करने वाले लोग यदि मंत्री हैं, बड़े ओहदों पर हैं, उनकी भी यह कोशिश रहती है कि टेरिटोरियल आर्मी के माध्यम से एक बार हमारे जिस्म पर यह जो है बहादुर सेना के जवानों की वर्दी पहुंच जाए। उनकी भी यह इच्छा होती है। और इस वर्दी की क्या अहमियत होती है, इस वर्दी का क्या सम्मान है, आपको उतना एहसास नहीं होगा जितना कि इस देश में रहने वाले आम नागरिकों को इसका एहसास है। इसके प्रति लोगों के मन में एक बेहद सम्मान है।
Okay, the defense minister giving a bite to the media after performing a Shastra Puja. Let's go back to my colleague Akash to ask him more. Akash, the location and the significance of the location. We know that the Chinese army, as of just last month, continues to increase its troop deployment along the line of actual control in the Arunachal Pradesh Sikkim sector. We know that just on August 30th, China released a map of China in which it stated that parts of Arunachal Pradesh, parts of the Aksai Chin were its own. This area, very, very important for its significance. Can you tell us more?
Yes, and in fact, you mentioned about the deployment, and I want to focus on that report that is released by Pentagon just few days back, and it's an annual report that is mentioning about the kind of deployment that China, has alongside the LAC. And Toya, you see, even when the countries are involved in the core commander level talks, and we know that how 20th round of core commander level talks concluded just few days back, even then, in 2022, what we saw was continuous deployment by China of the troops alongside the LAC. And, it is not limited to Ladakh or in Arunachal Pradesh. But in fact, in the middle sector, we have three sectors: eastern sector, western sector, and middle sector on LAC. And alongside LAC, we have continuous deployment, and not just deployment. China is involved in infrastructure, building, storage facilities, helipads, airstrips, and all other things. And this was very much mentioned by Pentagon. Now, the particular visit by Raksha Mantri is very significant because it is a kind of message to all those who try to doubt, on the sovereignty of India. We know that how China in the past has tried, to set a narrative by releasing maps and by, giving sort of statements. But, it is very clear that, not just our army is deployed, but every citizen of this country knows that how Arunachal Pradesh is a very part of India, and there is no doubt about it. Also, Raksha Mantri visited Bumla Pass in the morning today, and he, in fact, was seen, taking a stock of the situation there, because we know the kind of deployment. In fact, we have an equivalent deployment in the region, and in fact, Bumla is the pass which is significant and historical in context that in 1962, Chinese troops entered from the very place, and we know about the 1962 war, and that's the reason why this is very important. Also, I want to mention that fourth corps of Indian Army, that is Gajraj Corps, is deployed in this area.
We do need to move on. We do have a paucity of time. We'll keep checking in with you about these celebrations. Let's move on.